All right, welcome to today's class. My name is Caroline Lee. I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate. I've been using essential oils now for almost 9 years. We started using essential oils topically. That was our very first essential oil experience as a topical application. My daughter, who was about 6 at the time, did not like to use medication. And so she had was experiencing some head tension and was complaining about it. And so my sister-in-law had given me a roller ball, and I thought I would use it. So I took the roller ball and I rolled it right along the forehead. And within a few minutes, her head tension was gone. Her discomfort was gone. And so that actually really showed me how quickly topical application of essential oil can work. Much faster than an over-the-counter medication and the fight that I would have with her. And so that kind of led to my discovery about how essential oils work in the body and how we can utilize something that's natural and safe. In today's world, we can work on the potency and the safety a lot with the science. So today we're going to talk a little bit about topical application. Next week's class is going to be aromatic application or use of essential oils. So if you missed out on any of the Wednesday webinars, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, Caroline Lee doTERRA Wellness Advocate, and you'll be able to go to the playlist with the classes. Right now there's about 30 of them you can access, but you can find last week's class, which were the hidden gems of the essential oil world, where we talk about lesser known essential oils and how to use them. And then obviously our future classes will be posted there too. So definitely is a great way to do that. But if you do RSVP through the Facebook link, you get access to a lot of those free ebooks that I do alongside of my classes so that you're able to review that. And then there are some information in those ebooks that are not available in the webinar that you'll want to take a look at those ebooks and make sure that you download them or print them out for your future reference. So with that, I'm going to yawn really quick. Sorry, guys. All right. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. I have an energizing roller ball. Let's talk about a topical application right now and show you how to do one of those topical applications. This is a roller ball I made when I went to convention, having to sit there in long hours. I needed to be energized. So this is a roller ball I made, 3 drops of citrus bliss, 3 drops of lemon, 2 drops of elevation, and 1 drop of spearmint. And I don't know if you can really see that because I have the bigger screen on there, but it's in a roller ball, which already pre-diluted, which we'll talk a little bit about. But I'm going to go ahead and rub some of this on my head, my neck. I'm going to do it on my wrists here. These are great places for this. Also behind my ears, my chest. I'm going to get it all over because I need to be a little bit energized. And I love the scent of this one. This one's really, really smell. Another way that you could do is apply it to your hands. Rub that together. Really is a good thing to do. All right, so hopefully that will do its job and will be nice and energized for today's class. Now, as you know, one of the greatest ways to enjoy the benefits of essential oils is through the topical use or the use of essential oils on the skin or the body. Now, we can use many topical products every day, like our lotions, our soaps, our creams, even our skincare products. The list can go on, but it turns out that essential oils can accomplish many of the same tasks as other topical products. Now they can cleanse, they can moisturize, they can soothe, they can nourish, and a lot more. And they're safer and more natural. So this gives us an opportunity to change out some of the things that may have more toxins in our body and care for our body in a more natural, healthy way. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can use that throughout this class. Now, let's see. I think I have my slides a little bit here out of whack here. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. Here we go. Now, whether you're new to essential oils or you're just ready to experience a lot more topical, what are some of the benefits of using the oils? Now, just to name a few, we talked about them already. Promoting healthy skin. You could use the oils topically and get the aromatic benefit. I mentioned how well this smells with the citrus bliss and the spearmint. That's going to actually help energize the body. You can relax the body. Also targeting specific areas for specific benefits. So for instance, if my back is aching and I'm experiencing discomfort in my lower back, I can actually apply it to that area and get that desired soothing result very quick and very effectively. Now, I like to use oils topically, a lot of it mood management, surprisingly. Sometimes I don't always have a diffuser on. I like to wear them as perfume. So I use a lot of oils topically in the rollerball form for my mood management. So it makes it a lot easier to use it very quickly for it. I do want to talk about historically, we've been using oils for many, many years. Historically, Egyptians and people from China have used essential oils, not even really knowing it, by agitating the leaves on the skin or by putting the leaves or the plant material into carrier oil and having it absorbed that way. But they have been using it for centuries. And I wanted to talk about some of the ways that they've used it topically throughout history. A lot of them have been using oils for embalming purposes. So, and in bathing processes, so they'll use things like lavender. They've used sandalwood for embalming in Egyptians. Helichrysum has been used in Greece for its skin soothing properties. Egyptians have used oils like dill and myrrh. Let's see, also frankincense for perfumes and salves and things to soothe the skin. Indian sandalwood, again, was traditionally used for the skin and also embalming purposes. Now, Egyptians and Romans, like I said, they like to use lavender in those famous baths that we always hear about, right? And Australian Aborigines also for centuries have been using melaleuca, or what we call tea tree. But melaleuca trees, they would actually crush the leaves and apply them directly to the skin for a cooling effect. And we know that tea tree oil is very soothing for the skin. I call it the first aid oil for a topical application. And so all they're doing is agitating the essential oil on that leaf, and they're actually putting that directly onto the wound or whatever they need to cool down and that kind of thing. So they're very, very smart with that as well. Now, biblical times in the Bible, they've talked a lot about cassia oil as a warming oil. And there are thousands of uses of that Hawaiian sandalwood oil, reducing that skin imperfections. And then in the Middle Ages, clary sage was often used to, calm the skin. So it's very calming for the skin. So let's talk about benefits of the skin. We mentioned it a lot lately, all right? So we talked about helping with the skin, right? Cleansing, purifying, helping with those imperfections that we have. So I love that we can change things from alternative to something natural when it comes to our skincare. Now, there are additional benefits for the body when we're using it topically, because you can affect the entire body by using it topical. Now, you can relieve tension. You can soothe and massage muscles. For me personally, I'm a runner, and so I use essential oils topically before I go running. So I use it over my lungs for respiratory support. Help get a deeper breath in as I'm running. I also use it to help with recovery. So I'll use oils that will help soothe my muscles and my joints as I worked long distance running. So I'll use oils like deep blue or lemongrass to help with those recoveries. Cypress is another really good oil for that as well. So these are just a lot of benefits of the body that you can use on the oils. But I love how you can even just put an oil on the bottoms of your feet, and it goes into your bloodstream, goes right to the area that it needs to help, and you can affect the entire body, not just a specific area. So let's talk a little bit about how essential oils work. We're not going to go into the heavy details of that because you can go and find that on one of my other classes. But let's just talk about how the basics of it. So an essential oil contains specific and unique chemical components. Just like your Advil and Tylenol do, they have that signature, and then those components actually give you that desired result. Well, those components in your essential oil are going to determine how it's going to react and interact in the body. So some chemical components are going to be soothing and calming and renewing, while others are going to be maybe warming or invigorating or energizing. So it really just, each essential oil is going to have a unique chemical component, which is going to offer you different benefits. And what I love about essential oils is a lot of the essential oils have the same components. So you may be a fan of lavender, but not of peppermint. And so because they may have similar chemical constituents in there, you can alternate it and use the one that you like the better, or the best, right? So this allows you to enjoy the benefits that way. Now, you can increase your absorption when you use oils topically and extend the benefits of the oils by massaging them in the skin by using a carrier oil. Now, this carrier oil is going to moisturize the skin. It's going to help it to actually absorb in the skin. So again, it's going to help with that healthy complexion that we all want to have on there. It's going to help if you've had a long day, to help relax you and calm your body as a topical application is. Now, what I love about using topical application is it also allows the smell, the aromatic properties to take an effect too. So you can smell in an oil. We're going to talk a little bit about the aromatic use next week, so you'll learn a little bit more about this, but the connection of smell and how it helps with your emotions. So you can smell lavender, for example, and it's going to have a calming effect on you. Whereas if you're going to smell peppermint, it's going to have more of an energizing scent and wake you up. So when you're using a topical, that scent or the aromatic value of it, you will actually linger a couple hours. So if you don't like that scent, go ahead and put that on the bottoms of your feet. It will still get to that desired effect. But just note that aromatic benefit can be really beneficial to your body as well. All right, so let's talk a little bit about safety with essential oils. Now, when we're using them topical, it's really important to follow the specific guidelines so that you can enjoy and have a pleasant experience with a topical application. We want to avoid sensitivity or irritation. And so we're going to hit these 4 areas: dilution, carrier oils, and dosage, and sensitivity when it comes to safety of essential oils. All right, so let's talk about dilution a little bit. It's probably one of the most important parts that we talk about with essential oils. Many people kind of worry that if they dilute an essential oil, that it's going to take or detract some of the effects of the oil or the benefits of the oil. But actually the opposite is true. Dilution actually helps the oil to absorb into the skin. It kind of traps the oil onto the skin and drives it into the skin instead of allowing it to flash off. So it actually helps it last a lot longer. Now, it also protects the skin from sensitive or delicate skin from becoming irritated. Now, I have red hair. I have oftentimes sensitive skin. I have daughters that have red hair. So we have to watch that. We have to be careful with that. So dilution is really, really important. Now, these oils that are listed on the screen are ones that are commonly very strong and naturally potent, and they should always be diluted before you use them topically. Now, 2 oils that I would add to this list are geranium and lemongrass. Remember, I was telling you I use lemongrass as a recovery oil for after my running. It's really great for soothing those muscles, but it's also pretty strong. So I like to use lotion, unscented lotion with my lemongrass, and then rub it all over my legs to help with that. But when you're using these oils that are a little bit hotter, make sure that you read the instructions for each individual oil, and so you can find that on the bottle. You can also find it in our reference books and online. And we're going to talk about how to know about instructions or whatever, but really following the instructions are really important when you're using essential oils topically. All right, so let's talk about carrier oils, or dilution anyways. Now, the best way to dilute it really is the carrier oil. Now, the carrier oil is, it kind of refers to a base oil. Typically, that's like a pure vegetable oil. And this one actually, it carries, what it does is it carries the essential oil to the desired area on the body and helps increase the absorption in the skin. So it will dilute the potency, but increase the absorption of the oil so that you're not going to have that sensitive reaction to it. So you can use carrier oils like avocado, macadamia nut, linseed oil, sunflower oil, olive oil. There's a lot. But doTERRA has created their own carrier oil called fractionated coconut oil to make it easy to dilute and apply your favorite oils. Unlike other carrier oils, doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil is very light, it's non-greasy, and it has a longer shelf life. And I want to talk a little bit about the fractionated part of it and what that comes, because you can find coconut oil on the store, like in your grocery store, and you can cook with it and that kind of thing. But this is designed specifically to work with the essential oils. So what is fractionation? Now, fractionation, basically carrier oils, they contain long fatty acids that are known to oxidize over time. Now, during the process of fractionation, the shorter lengths of this fatty acid chains are separated out in order to give it a longer shelf life. That's why it's going to be liquid in room temperature. It's not going to be solid, but it's going to increase the shelf life of the essential oils. And we know that coconut oil is great for the skin regardless of whether it's fractionated coconut or not. So it is definitely great for the skin. So the fact that doTERRA has utilized science a little bit, extended the shelf life of this carrier oil, allows you to be able to use this and have it for a very long time. Now, oh, I forgot to grab it. You can get a little pump to go on your fractionated coconut oil. And I highly recommend that because that allows you to kind of hands-free. So you're not screwing it over and getting it all over your hands. You just push it and pump it. It gets onto your hands. It allows you to also fill up containers like this pretty easy instead of using the dropper method. You can also do the dropper method. It's really great when you are diluting it. So if you do have that dilution ratio where you're going to do a carrier oil per oil, we recommend 3 drops of the carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. So if you don't do the pump, you can just do the drops like this out of the carrier oil into your hand, and then drop your oil in there, rub it together, and then put it on that desired area that you need to do. All right, so let's talk about application amounts. Now, that is really important to follow recommend dosage amounts because they are so potent. We want to avoid sensitivity or irritation. Now, essential oils, they offer different chemical makeups, and each of them have various skin sensitivities and skin conditions. And so it's really important to follow the guidelines. And the doses will depend on the size, the age, the personality of the skin sensitivity, the health status of the essential oil user. And so I would talk, you know, if you're going to use oils topically and you've got some of those issues, talking to a healthcare provider is always very, very critical and important. There's also lots of reference books that you can find. I'm going to just move this up because I just realized this is in front of the slides and you're going to be able to see it. Reference books often talk about how to use the oils. So I usually, my rule of thumb is start with the smallest dose possible. That's 1 to 2 drops. After you've applied a small dose, you can see how your body reacts to it. You can increase the dose. Now, remember that they are extremely potent and they're naturally strong. So you can use them periodically throughout the day, usually every 4 to 6 hours as needed. So very important to know that. Something else to keep in mind, the citrus oils, when you're using them topically, can cause some sensitivities or just some caution when you're using it topically and then you're going to go into the sun. So you want to avoid using citrus oils topically and then going into the sun for up to 12 hours. So I use a lot of citrus oils internally, so it's a little bit different that way, but when you're going to use it topically, a lot of them will say up to 12 hours. Use extra skin, maybe some sunscreen as you're going out, or possibly avoiding the sun. Or using it just another method. So if you know you're going to use lemon oil, use it internally instead of topically, or use it aromatically for that reason. Now, one oil, that citrus oil that this does not apply to, is the green mandarin. Green mandarin is actually distilled and taken from the orange before it's fully ripe, and so it doesn't develop the components that would cause that sensitivity. So a lot of times you'll find some skincare, some oils that are in skincare products, if it's in lotions and stuff like that, just be sensitive to that. I always add just a little bit extra of sunscreen to avoid that. All right, so let's talk about, we did just talk about skin sensitivity. I hit that one really quick on there. So just note, try a little bit at a time. Make sure that you're good to go before applying a lot more, and then also apply some sunscreen as you go out if you've applied oils, citrus oils topically. All right, let's talk about other ways, different classifications. This makes it super easy to know how to dilute, which to dilute, and which one has special warning and application. So N means neat, S means sensitive, D means dilute. So oils that are neat can be applied without dilution of the oil first. So always you can apply the oil and then you can actually add coconut oil afterwards. Again, using that coconut oil is going to actually help with the absorption into the skin. So these have mild chemistries and really low risks of sensitivities. The ones with the dilute, the red, you'll see the D on that one, they're stronger, they have a more potent chemistry. It's always safe to dilute it. My rule of thumb is 1 to 4 for this, 1 drop of carrier oil, 1 drop of oil to 4 drops of carrier oil. With kiddos, it's like 1 drop to 1 teaspoon. You'll find lots of charts on doTERRA's site when it comes to topical use and age appropriate, but just note that when it's a D, you want to heavily dilute it. And then S is sensitivity, which means for young or delicate skin, you may have that sensitivity. Like my little 6-year-old, she didn't like peppermint because it has a tingling sensation and it was a little too strong. So it actually felt a little burning for her. So using that fractionated coconut oil is really, really important to do this. So 1 to 2 ratio is usually what I use for an S1, but do test it out on your skin, decide if you need a little bit more coconut oil, but if it's an S oil, use the coconut oil initially with it, and then if you have more sensitivity to it, add a little bit more carrier oil to it. Now, another important part of safety during topical use is avoid sensitive areas. This is really, really important, guys. I've had people who have applied things topically using their hands, and then they go use the restroom. Okay, so just know we want to avoid some sensitive areas, and those might include around the skin of your eyes. Okay, so you don't want to rub them in your eyes. Those are really, really sensitive areas. We often give the ratio of 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent of drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's really, really potent. So these are really thin membranes. You don't want to get that in your eyes. You don't want to actually get it inside your ear. So oftentimes when we're applying to the ear area, we're doing it around the ear, maybe in the backbone here, or we'll use a cotton ball and put it inside the ear, but we won't ever apply oils directly inside the ear and even up the nose. Those are really, really sensitive areas. Obviously, any injured or broken, damaged skin, you don't want to put it directly in the wound. You want to put it around the wound until your body naturally closes that to avoid any sensitivity. And it's always a good idea to wash your hands after you apply the oil if you're worried about rubbing that in your eyes. Now, if you do get it in the sensitive area, what do, right? Remember what we talked about it? Get that fractionated coconut oil, couple drops on a washcloth or a paper towel, and dab that area. Will dilute that potency and allow the oil to be absorbed in the skin without that sensitivity area, okay? All right, we're going to move right along, and we're going to talk about the best areas for application of an essential oil. So let's talk with the face. Now, this one is a great place to help improve your complexion, help your skin to glow. So using essential oils on your face, you can add a few drops of oil to your face cleanser, your moisturizer, or your facial lotion. You can also dilute with fractionated coconut oil and apply directly to the face. So a couple of instances, oils I've used in this one, I've used the Yarrow Palm. I've used that one with my moisturizer. I've also sunburned sometimes, and so I've actually put a little bit of lavender and melaleuca and peppermint in my unscented lotion and applied that directly to the skin to be able to soothe that as well. So those are definitely a good way to use your face. Now you have your temples, your forehead, so your temples, your forehead, the base of your skull, and your neck. So this area can promote relaxation and target the tense feelings. So those are, when you want to apply them, those are the areas that you want to do. So oils in that area, like that you, whenever you are at the computer for a long day, you have a lot of tension here. Or if you need to relax, that's a good place to put the essential oil in topically. So oils for tension, like I said, that past tense, the tension roller is really good. Peppermint's a really good one for tension. That's a great way to areas to put that on there. Lavender is also really good for that area. All right, let's go to the abdominal, the stomach, right? And you can harness the soothing and calming properties of an essential oil by applying it on your abdomen. And so this is typically used for your major digestive organs to help soothe any of the occasional discomfort. So this is like the digestion, this could be the lavender, it can be even the fennel or clary calm. A lot of those are going to be topical applications in that area. And I always like to do it in a circular motion so that it's pushing things down, okay, down and out. So when I apply that topically on there. And I tend to be a little bit more sensitive. That belly button area doesn't see a lot of stuff. So do make sure that you do dilute or you take notice of your sensitivity in that area. Now, arms, legs, and back. Now, this is a great place to apply when you've worked out or you've had a lot of physical activity. You massage it on your arms, your wrists, your feet, or your back. Really using a lot of warming or cooling oils, and these ones can help relax and soothe the body. So this is a lot of the oils, if pain, discomfort, if I've got soreness, I need to soothe something, maybe my muscles are really, really tight, maybe I've got some achiness that are going on. So I might grab oils like the Aroma Touch, the Massage Blend, or the Deep Blue, or I might just do individual oils like the cypress or lemongrass to use in topical. A chest is a great place to apply the oils for the cooling and invigorating properties. So if you need to wake up, if you need to cool things down, like maybe you're just a little too hot, those are great ways to do it for clear breathing. So when I go running, I'll put Breathe, the respiratory blend on. Sometimes I'll use cypress. That one's are really good for good deep breaths as well. Using it on your oil on your chest can actually give you a mood benefit, but also help with that respiratory. You can also apply the bottoms of your feet, allows it to be easily absorbed in the skin. Also, it's further away from your nose, so you're not smelling it. It's also a really good place if this is the first time you're using an essential oil to apply, or if you're using oils on young children. It's a good oil to use. So definitely think about that one. With young kids, oftentimes I'll put the oils on and then I'll put socks on, especially if they're babies. We don't want them to put their feet in their mouths, okay? So you just definitely want to take care of that as well. So let's see, we talked about best oils. Let's see, for the face, some of them are frankincense, grapefruit, helichrysum, lavender, tea tree oil, and that sandalwood. We talked about the historical uses of Hawaiian sandalwood. So that would be typically there. For your temples, forehead, neck, basil, cardamom, lavender, myrrh, marjoram, and spikenard. Your stomach, we talked about the stomach oils. Ginger is also a really good one. Eucalyptus, clary sage we mentioned, even bergamot are great for the abdomen. Arms, legs, back. Some of the other oils that are soothing are coriander. We talked about lemongrass already. Tea tree oil, wintergreen. My husband loves wintergreen. So wintergreen is the opposite of peppermint. Peppermint's really cooling, whereas wintergreen is very warming. So when we're exercising, we're soothing those muscles, maybe we want that desired cooling or warming effect. We want to pay attention to that. For your chest, cardamom, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, lavender, tea tree, and peppermint are great, as well as those blends that I mentioned. So those are some other ways to use them. So give you some good topical applications on here as well. Now, these are some examples of specific uses of an essential oil and different ways that you can use this. You can apply, like arbor vitae, for example, you can apply it to your wrists or to your ankles while you're hiking. So it kind of works like a natural insect repellent. I use basil a lot for head tension, feeling, you know, so along the temples, the back of the neck for basil. After an afternoon nap, there we go. Maybe sometimes you're dragging a little bit. Black pepper actually is really good. You can put that on the bottoms of your feet to wake you up. So black pepper, wake up oil, right? Cardamom, you can apply that to your chest while you're planting your flowers or cutting your grass. This is going to help you ease your breathing a little bit. You can apply cilantro to your fingernails and your toenails to keep them clean and healthy looking. Let's see, clary sage. Okay, that's known for, it's a hormonal type of blend. It's very calming, soothing. So you can actually apply that to your abdomen during a menstrual cycle. Coriander actually is known for its skin purifying properties. So if you have oily skin, apply that to your toner or your lotions. It will help with that complexion. It will also help reduce blemishes. Now, geranium is great for the skin as well. So it smells really good. So you can apply that to the skin, but remember to dilute that one. Majoram, you can apply that to your muscles again before and after you exercise. It's another one that helps the tired and stressed areas. We talk about tea tree oil or melaleuca for that skin irritation. So 1 to 2 drops in that affected area is really good. Peppermint's really good to wake up and to energize. So rub it on your temples. My husband goes everywhere with a bottle of peppermint. Whenever he needs a boost of energy, peppermint is what he grabs. Rosemary is actually really good for your hair, okay? So you can apply that to your scalp and massage that in. You can add that to your shampoo, but that actually will help with your hair. Sandalwood, we talked a little bit about the skin properties of sandalwood, but you can also add 1 to 2 drops in a hot bath to help with relaxation and reduce the stress. And then wild orange, you can actually put that in the palm of your hand with peppermint and frankincense, rub it together and smell it. And then you can actually put it on the back of your neck to help energize you, give you energy. So that's a really good oil to use maybe in the afternoon when you're needing more energy, or like right now, right? All right, we're almost done, guys. Lang-a-lang, or I guess you would call it lang-a-lang, right? You can apply that to the back of your neck for calming and uplifting effects on the body too. And as you can see on the screen, there's a lot more ideas that you can use for topical here as well. Now, doTERRA has made it extremely easy to use the benefits of essential oils topically by really providing us with high quality products that are already infused with essential oils. Now, whether you want to use oils topically to improve your skin, to cleanse your body, or to soothe the affected area, doTERRA has a lot of products, as you see on the screen, that will help you use these products already. So we have the skincare products, the Virage system, which is really natural, the HD Clear, that's more for the problemary skin types, and the essential skincare is probably more for the aging. You know, if you want to really focus on those fine lines and wrinkles and That's the skincare line for that one. You've got the Deep Blue Rub. Now this is a topical cream that uses cooling and soothing properties to comfort the area, and you can use this specifically in the problem areas. A little bit goes a long way, so just note that when you're using this. But it's frequently used when you're working out, when you spend a lot of time on your feet, or if you're experiencing tired problem areas. This is a great one to have. They even have them in little square packages, travel packages that you can take and put in your gym bag or your purse. Also be able to give and share with other people super easily. There's in the tube, and there's also the liter pump. So if you're an athlete, maybe the liter pump is what you want, because the value is there by buying a bigger bulk, but also it's a quick and easy application to do. You also have the spa products, so that's things like your soaps and lotions, moisturizers, exfoliators, the body butter. Oh, I love it. They've even got lip balms where you can use it. My favorite one is the herbal one, the herbal flavored one that has spearmint in it. I'm a huge fan of spearmint. That's really good. That kind of just takes you to the next level of using essential oils. You also have the natural deodorants that we have. Now we have, I think, two deodorants right now that are available, and one was without baking soda. So if you have sensitivity to that, use the sensitive formula, and then you have the other one. But natural deodorant helps fight the body odor and can be used with both men and women. And then there's also the Correct X, and that one helps with skin irritations, imperfections, blemishes. It's just really a gentle one. I've had people that have used it for even chapped lips, but they use it in their purse, they keep it in their car, their first aid kits, just to tackle anytime that there's some irritation on the skin. It's also in my first aid kits, so I do keep that handy. But this is convenient because it's already in there. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me to get more information on specific topical use products on this one. Again, there is a free ebook that goes along with this. So if you're part of the Facebook event that did this live, you'll be getting that in your Facebook Messenger. If not, you can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Nature's Essentials Inc., or my name, Caroline Lee. doTERRA Diamond Wellness Advocate, and you can request that free ebook and that information. But doTERRA has lots of information about dilutions and topical use through their blogs. And so it's just really important that you learn about topical application because it can be super, super powerful. I'm going to just end with a story from my husband. He sprained his ankle pretty bad, pretty significantly, and we were going to be going on a heavy-duty hike, like I'm talking about 18 miles a day. We were doing an experience with my church, and it was going to be a pretty rough hike that we were going to do. He sprained his ankle the weekend before, and so we knew the power of essential oils, and so we used oils like frankincense for its anti-inflammatory properties, for its cellular properties. He also used the Deep Blue, what is Deep Blue's generic name is, Soothing Blend, to help calm things down, help with the inflammation issues, help cool, help the skin relax a little bit so it can do its job. So he used frankincense, and he used Deep Blue Soothing Blend, and he also used the oil helichrysum on there several times throughout the weekend. And by Monday, he was able to walk on his ankle, and we were able to do that 18-mile hike without any complications. So topical use can be extremely powerful. It's really important to understand dilution, excuse me, and I need to go put some more oils topically to help me wake up. Maybe I need to go grab that black pepper. But as always, I'm here to help with your essential oil needs. If you're not working with a current wellness advocate, please reach out to me. I would love to work with you one-on-one and help with your essential oil needs. If not, we will see you next week. Again, next week's topic is aromatic use of essential oils. And with that, take care, my friends, and keep oiling.